friends. I just got onto the road that we enter to get to the house and wanted to start the filming right now. Whoa, I'm going backwards. Hello. Yesterday, holy moly, it took me 1 hour to drive door to door in the storm. What you're looking at is after the fact. If I'd have to guess, and I'm not a meteorologist, I didn't even know this was coming as much as it was. I would guess we had about 7 inches in beautiful Sampson, Wisconsin, on Lake Salisbury. That's right, like the steak. Here we go. Looking beautiful. Beautiful, walking in a winter wonderland. I'm going to spare my voice as much as possible in the video and have you enjoy the ride. Oh, I'll do the occasional talk here and there, but it won't be straight talking. So enjoy the ride. Let's go. Highway 40. Okay, I'm going southeast right now on County Road Highway 40, turning west onto M, as you can see the sign. M as in mother, or Meat Maven. If you know, you know. See, everybody's plowing today. Plowing all the businesses. I'll tell you what, one thing about my favorite gas station, Quick Trip, is they always do impeccable plowing, snow removal, and putting down the salt. Perfect. I'll show you because I have to go there. Make a pit stop. Last night when I went home, I did not get milk for Jack. So he's down to, I don't know, 12 ounces until I get home. But he did fire up the plow today, and our property was 3/4 plowed by the time I rolled out right now. Okay, quiet time for me. It's 24 degrees. That intersection is heavily salted and sanded. Those of you that follow me home at night, pardon my voice, coming up at the field that's open on the left is where at night a lot of the deers like to frolic and play. It's on the left after this white house we pass. That's where I have to be very careful. Right by business called Gotham, Gotham. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Jerry, that's spelled Gotham. That is correct. I don't think he likes the pronunciation for his Gotham building and remodeling business. Not Gotham. Deer Central, right here. The street on the left is where the Amish have a greenhouse, Schwartz's. Wonderful, beautiful flowers in the spring. Okay, let me tell you about this turn. I'm coming in 45 miles an hour. That's no joke. Right now, I'm going 40 miles an hour. And when the wind goes right through here, you get sucked in a ditch easily. I was very careful on the way home. And thanks be to God, I did not have any traffic coming at me, towards me, if you will. I'm going to take the freeway, Highway 53 north, into work today and not take County Road SS because I call it slip and slide. Yeah, the last turn was, I coined it, dead man's turn. Soon I'll be coming up to another turn, which is not as intense as dead man's turn. Or dead man's curve, I guess, like the song. Dead man's curve. Don't sing, Jerry. Don't ruin your voice. go downhill, I always speed up. The car does, I don't. Do not apply brakes unless necessary. Always steer into a skid. This is a 50 mile per hour turn. Look how well salted it is. See? I was giggling today. I picked up a message from somebody that used to work at my job, and she laughed because she saw the video where I talked about the word like, and she thanked me because she no longer works with me. She said, Jerry, thanks to you, I no longer in every other word use the word like. So then she wrote a sentence kind of mimicking what you might call a Valley Girl, or like the Saturday Night Live skit, The Californians, where all the women say, like, oh, no snow today. Listen. Come on, 7 inches of snow, maybe not that much over here, but by my house it is. So yes, if I can help one less person, young person, to stop using in their daily vernacular the word like, L-I-K-E, other than saying, you know, I like cheese, because I do. But I don't like, you know, like cheddar and, like sometimes, like, cheddar bothers me. Like, it's pretty greasy and, like, it upsets my, like, stomach. No, stop it. Jerry, stop teasing people. Oh. Okay, now I gotta talk about the Great Storm of 1977. I have to tell you this story because it's my life and it's what really happened to me. I'm gonna tell the story and then have the big cliffhanger at the end. I took the bus, the city bus, every day. I can't tell you what number the buses were, the first one on Lincoln Avenue, but I took the Lincoln Avenue and transferred to the number 14, which went from Lincoln and Forest Home, that was the cross street that I transferred at, to the northeast side of Milwaukee, where I attended high school. Like Cindy, I went to a private Catholic all-girls school. Maybe that's why I'm the way I am. I don't know. But it was a doozy of a storm. It was the type of storm that you could not walk in on the sidewalks. You had to walk in the streets, in the grooves that were left from all the people that had to get to their first shift early bird jobs because, well, I come from a blue collar area, hardworking, a lot of union in the area, which is not a political statement, it's the truth. And if you know me, you know that I am a conservative capitalist leaning on the libertarian side. There you go with my politics for the day. But I digress. I just had a squirrel moment. Now, check out this freeway. Look at beautiful. This was not the case last night. Ole cannoli. Okay, back to this story. No more squirrels. hopefully no more animals are going to be running in front of me. Trudging through the snow. Our house was 2.5 blocks from our house to get to the Lincoln Avenue bus stop. Hardly anybody was out other than the tracks from the people that had to get out early. And of course, I left early because of the snowstorm. When you rely on the Milwaukee County Transit System, they used to just go all the time. You just had to be early, be diligent, do your due diligence, get up. You got to get to school, chop, let's go. So my father, he was a postal worker. He would always be the early bird because rain nor snow, of night. Well, you know the rest of the story. Anna Marine. That's why I'm the way I am. I spoke yesterday on Thomas's channel. Yes, I took a turn in my conversation. I spoke on Thomas's channel, and meaning type the words, because he was on a live with No Carb Barb that used to be with me in Kelly Hogan's class. However, I never heard her complete story of the lady. So I spoke about my personal, this is my conviction, I must be an abstainer, because once I take that one bite, like I explained on my video on Sunday, the one bite leads to a full candy bar, leads to me going out and buying a 7-layer cream cake with the sugar. So I made my personal militant statement, and Thomas read it. And sometimes my militantness, is that a word? If it's not, check me on it. Sometimes me being very militant is a turnoff. Ooh, there's a little deer sleeping on the side of the road. Did you see him? Sometimes that turns off people, and I understand. Because many people, not all, will fall off their proverbial wagon and get right back up, which is what you're supposed to do. If you know that you have fallen, get right back up. Not attempt to put another, you enter the name of anything that made you fall in that space into your mouth. Try your best. For me, I have to go back in my mind as, how did this enter product in the blank? How did this food affect me the last time I ate it? Did I have heartburn? Indigestion? Was I swelling? Well, for me, more often than not, inflammation nation right here. Not good for me. I knew the comment wasn't well received on a chat. You know, of course, that's his channel. That's his channel, his rules, etc., etc. Then I had the realization to check myself to make a statement about when you're a Marine's daughter, if you know, you know. Everybody teases me about that, even at work. That is my bad. And enter name of food will bother you, you know. Piece of cheese, I will justify at a party into 12 pieces of cheese. Before you know it, I'm sitting at the buffet table as the cheese queen, cheese hoarder. I feel like a mouse at a party because I'm there eating the animal-based food that's left at the party. But remember, I'm the girl that brought 10 pounds, yes, I said it correctly, 10 pounds of bacon on a platter as my dish to pass for people. It's funny because typically when bacon is around, people are very polite. I get it. Oh, I'll just have 1 or 2 slices of bacon. Or, of course, the price of bacon is insane. Remember? My husband cut bacon. Then I paid $3.98 for 12 ounces, and I stocked that up as opposed to paying almost $10 a 12-ounce package. It's that expensive. So I think he was happy yesterday. So I didn't feel too bad eating whatever cheese was at a party that I was sitting, hoarding, doing the mouse stance at the cheese platter. Here comes a truck coming up on my left. Brace yourself, don't be scared. Now the road spray is gonna hit. How do I know these things? Because my husband's a truck driver. Been there, saw that. Next exit, Chautauqua, Wisconsin. So people assume that, oh my goodness, Jerry, you spent a fortune on all this bacon, heaping up big platter, but that's what I'll eat. And sometimes I'll bring a tenderloin, which we the people that know me call it juicy steak. I will bring that in a little crock pot, well, not a little, a crock pot full of the tenderloin juicy steak. It's the holiday season. So I am cool with what I bring to parties, and I can tell you facts about people you would assume they eat more of the sugary stuff first. No. At parties, they eat more of my food that I bring. Tenderloin, pallet of bacon, not pallet, bleh, platter of bacon. Yeah, people would love a pallet of bacon, wouldn't they? Yum. Here comes the Quick Trip semi, leaving my store, just stocked up. Now I have to go to Quick Trip, so I'm not going to be bringing you in the store. But I'm going to put you down to watch the Quick Trip people of Chautauqua, Wisconsin coming about doing their thing. Gas is $2.58 yesterday. I paid, well, it says shows premium of $3.78 a gallon. However, yesterday I used my reward points, Quick Trip reward points. I'm going to go this way. And gassed up and spent $30 for 30 gallons. I have a 2-gallon gas can because I thought, you better fill up before going to work, Jerry. And I did. So I put the additional 2 gallons into the gas can. I'm backing up gingerly, very carefully. There we go. And it was, oh golly, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll show you the receipt. I paid $1.30 for a gallon of gas. There we go. Ooh, it's probably not good. See, $1.30 I paid yesterday. So I filled up the big Denali with the good premium gas because it's winter. I wanted to treat the old Denali to a little something special. I'm going to run in, leaving the car running because spare set of keys are in the pocket. So hang on, folks. I'm coming back. Whoops. I'm back. What took you so long, Jerry? The 12 ounces of coffee kicked in. And you better answer Mother Nature when she's calling. I brought a thermos today so that I can be able to drink hot water. Kind of a soothing thing for the throat. And there's no caffeine in hot water. So it'll be like really watered down coffee in my mind. No, because it's water. Okay, look what I got. Don't yell at me. See these? Smokehouse almonds at Quick Trip. They give out free stuff for holidays for this entire month of December. And you know I'm not going to eat it. The husband, he's not going to eat it. Listen, if I made a double batch of Land O'Lakes butter spritz cookie recipe, cooked one, baked I should say, and he didn't touch those, another one in the freezer, another batch ready to cook, makes me wonder what in the world. I mean about the parking lot here, it's beauty-muss. Always is. So back to my story. Oh, here comes the plow. Should take a plow. So of course, when I took the Milwaukee County Transit System buses back in the day, they ran. It wasn't this, we're going to close school, we have 6 inches, 7 inches. No, none of that. It just ran through everything. And here comes the bonus part of my story that I said I'd save till the end. It was my intention, because that's how I am as so far as competition is concerned. I went into high school saying, Jerry, you are just sick and tired of having people worry about you all through your elementary school life. Oh, she's sick. We have to treat her with kid gloves. She has a heart condition. Did you know my daughter couldn't walk for 6 months and she lived in Children's Hospital for 6 months because she couldn't walk? Hearing all the stories, you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, doggone it, my father had, those of you that have had grandparents, because a lot of the people in my group don't have a clue what a coal stove is. My grandparents and my parents had coal delivered in a chute in their basement, a specific box in a room that had the coal. A coal man would come to our house and had the coal delivered. And you would take a coal shovel, scoop your coal, put it in your coal oven in the basement that heated your house. The basement was always toasty warm. Look at UPS, they're just trekking through it all. Yay, you go. Hi, UPS man. The coal man couldn't say, I'm not going into work. We have 12 feet of snow or 12 inches of snow, 1.5 feet of snow. No, they had to deliver the coal. After a period of time, though, the coal man stopped delivering. And there was a business on 35th and Forest Home Avenue. Yep. Kind of, sort of, the same place that I took my bus, Forest Home Avenue. What do we got going here? And my dad would take his vehicle and he would weigh the vehicle beforehand, because there was a guy there, similar to how trucking companies have their weighs before they hit the road. The guy would weigh my dad's vehicle going in, and any way going out to be able to say how much poundage of coal he was transporting in his trunk, in his vehicle, in his truck, whatever the case may be. So that's how my parents picked up the coal. Now, after a period of time, they just said, chuck it. We're going to go with the natural gas municipal. Of course, we lived in the city, proper city of Milwaukee. So nobody had to, my dad didn't have to wake up extra early and stoke the coal stove. So we had this leftover coal shovel, which in itself was heavy just by itself. The coal shovel was heavy. We had it. That was my shovel to be able to shovel the snow. I would always buck my parents because don't do this. You can't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. Get inside. Don't stay out too long. You're going to get frostbite. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I just grabbed that coal shovel and I shoveled. I shoveled my parents' property. I shoveled the neighbor's property, the Nowaks. I shoveled the Lewandowskis on the other side of me. Little did I know that 15, 20 years later, the Lewandowskis would be a client of mine in my transport business of handicapped and elderly wheelchair transport conveyances. You guys know that story, and if you don't know it, let me know. I can talk about it some other time. So that was the snowstorm of an incredible amount. I get to high school, get to the school on Ogden and Cass in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Private school, girls' school, St. Joan and Tita's High School. It seems like my voice is better now. And the doors are locked. I did a super panic. I went around to what I call the nunnery, the convent side. I'm going to back this guy up. And said to the nuns, sister, I'm freezing. Can I come in and warm up? And of course they allowed me, and then they fed me because, oh, you poor girl. So I stayed there. So I stayed there for a bit of time. Turn my wipers on clear. To get warm, I'm going to turn my heat on and then turn the car off. So they let me stay there and warm up, fed me. They wore the old-fashioned habits. They were gray and black right to their head. We had all nuns were named Sister Mary something or other. So, for example, one nun was named Sister Mary Ellen. Another nun was named Sister Mary Acevedo. She chose to keep her name with the Sister Mary. But they all called each other sister. They'd see each other. Oh, greetings, sister. I'll pray for you, sister. I love you, sister. I wanted to be a nun so bad. So bad. I just wanted to do what the Lord wanted for my life. I prayed the rosary every day. I went to mass every day, even into my adult life. In my first marriage, went to mass, did all the things. I'm getting choked up. I have to reel it in. Otherwise, the voice gets worse. Yeah, and what am I right now? Yeah, a Christian, nonetheless, believing in Jesus as my Lord and Savior. Not trying to preach to y'all, but that's where I stand. Never missed a day of high school in 4 years. And when I got my award on stage at graduation, they mentioned that big snowstorm. Yay, me. So, is it because I'm a Marine's daughter? Work ethic? My mother had a strong work ethic too. She instilled that in me. Let me grab the camera. Sorry for my fingers in the way. And see what y'all have been talking about. Oh, there's 6 people still in here. I'm going to scroll back and just not read it out loud. Read it to myself. Rest of my voice. Hello, John, Lynn, Sharon. Hi, Rick. Yeah, absolutely, Rick. Ride and talk in the winter. Yep, 1977. That's the story I was referring to. Bride's Biscuit's there. Hello, Bride's Biscuit. Oh, TS 111. You're driving too fast. No, I was lollygagging. That's my evil twin. I eat bacon by the half pound. Me too when I'm not fasting. I hear you. Bride's Biscuit. Yeah, you go with that bacon. Yum. DS 111. Same thing. Cut the packet in half. Wolf it down. Well, I was driving really slow, and to coin a phrase of my friend Barbara, but using my number, I am 64 years old. I will be 65 years old on February 18th, 2026. So, I'm still a young whippersnapper, right? Ooh, pinwheel bacon. Yum. Wagon wheel. There's Michael. Hi, Michael. Oh, hey, Ricky. Hello, all. Snowing here just 4 or 5 inches. In Illinois. I'm way north of you. Ricky, Rick. Rick and the Ricksters. Ricky and the Quackster, Rick. I read typos, says Michael. Michael's still my YouTube coach. I'm being careful of my voice. Michael. Hi, Amy. John hit his goals early in the fast. You're at 190 pounds. Good for you, John. Excellent. Congratulations to John. Everybody saying hello, hello. Oh, Bride's Biscuit is down 79 pounds. Wait, what? Oh, Bride's Biscuit's going to be into Wonderland by next month. Well, yes. 72 pounds, rather. That's okay. Whatever pounds is, whatever pounds. It's good. Hey, Thomas, I hope you heard my Thomas story I talked about. Now, John's goal is to learn how to maintain weight, a new set point. They say this is the hardest point of losing weight. Spot on. You are reading my mind later into my fast as to what I'm going to talk about. So, touche on you, John. Bride's Biscuit took 40 years, literally, to do something that actually worked. Decades of struggling with failure. Preach it, Bride's Biscuit. Brother, I hear ya. You healed yourself from 8 diseases and still have a way to go, but you are ready for any set point after this much healing. Yes. I like your picture. I've always liked your picture. Keep talking. make the popcorn. We don't eat the popcorn, but keep talking. And Ricky is conversing with John about losing weight and guy to guy little secrets here. Oops. Oh, shoot. I have to roll back here. There we go. Goals. 40 years of a struggle, Bride's Biscuit. I can relate. You are probably very close to my age, I would guess. And healing from 8 diseases, though. Blessing upon blessing. You were stuck for 3 months. Yep, I hear you. Those stickings after a weekend backslide, lesson learned, never again. What? Yes! I can turn the camera around, but I'd be too close in your guys' face. Hey, Rick and Lynn and Thomas, says Amy. John said he didn't start dieting for weight loss. It's always been about health. There's Michael Snowman. See, Ricky, yep, Catholic school for 8 years. I can relate. Okay, let me put the camera away from my face and show you what I look like today. The Wicked Witch of the West. All the curls, all the length. Look at this. Ugh. I'm due to have the big cut to donate the hair. You guys know that I do that. Oh, get out of that screen. Sorry. Get out. Get out. Get out. Okay, I can't get rid of the screen. So I am due for the big haircut soon, but I'm going to throw it up. And then on my break later, I have a special surprise. If you saw it yesterday, my between 9 and 10 live that I did, I'm going to one up that whole thing. But check with me later. It could be a 20-minute live. It could be a 10. Not sure. Depends how the wind blows. Let me show you what the property looks like over here. Not as good as Quick Trip. Look at that. Look at all that snow. Snow. Yep, look at the roof right by the door. That stuff hasn't changed. You would think that would be the first thing they do. Easy to remedy. You take a big stick of broom. We have them. Get it down, shovel it up, move on with your life. That's probably a good representation of our snow at the picnic table right there. Well, it looks like Rick is going to go and plow. Goodbye, Ricky. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate it. I'm going to close out right now just because I got to go in and do something to my hair. My special surprise for you guys later. I love you all. Truly, be safe out there. Whether you're in the sweltering heat of Miami, like Rick, quack, quack, or Ricky out plowing, in the famous words from the Hill Street Blues. Be careful out there. Ta-ta for now. Doodles.